In this video, I'm going to demonstrate and talk you through critical movements that will help in the self-defense setting, especially when you get knocked off your feet and end up on the ground. For one, knowing how to fall, making sure you don't get knocked out just because you got pushed down or slammed against a wall. These are fundamental Jiu-Jitsu movements that will also get you ready for training in a classroom setting, kind of give you a jump start on what to expect in a warm-up. This is also a good warm-up if you're doing other things. You can use these movements just to be building in muscle memory and use it to fight from off of your back and get back to your feet. This first one is called a break fall, very common in jiu-jitsu classes and other martial arts. It really helps you get familiarized again with throwing yourself on the floor, and it's kind of at your own pace and control. So you can add as much force as you want with the break fall, just using your hands to kind of break out the energy so it's just not being taken in one part of your body. The main point here is tucking your chin and not letting your head snap back. And you want to think rolling like a ball, but not snapping your head back, and think that you might be getting shoved against a wall, and keep that chin tucked and not let your head snap back. The next one is a technical stand-up. You fold open that same side knee as the hand that's posted. You come up into a tripod position and get up in your fight stance. So fold that knee open, post that hand. The hand not posted on the ground will serve as a defense for you blocking your head and your face, but just don't cover your eyes so you can't see. You don't want to block your own vision. You want to make an obstacle between you and your opponent. Now we have a combination. Let's do a break fall to a technical get up. So you kind of roll with your fall, practice falling without snapping that head back and letting it all go. Use the momentum of you rolling forward to kind of cheat up to that elbow and then a posted arm. Step back into a tripod position and get up in base. Once you do it about 3 or 4 times on one side, don't forget to practice the other side. So you can imagine being back on the ground, needing to get out of the way, and you cannot get up, but you still need to move. So you need to move on your shoulders. You need to do shoulder walks. Walk those feet close to your hips, move those shoulders side to side to allow more movement so you can gain some distance. Practice walking, shoulder walking around your house. Go for a trip, get to the bathroom or go to the kitchen. Just don't get rug burn. If you have trouble with this one, make sure you are lifting those hips off the ground. Okay, we still need to move without being on our feet, so we need to back scoot. This is a 2-hand back scoot where you bring your hands just past your hips, not too far. You don't want to be overextended. Bring your feet to your butt and push your hips through your arms. You kind of end up looking like an inchworm when you're going forward. Practice going forward and backwards. Play with the range of motion of where your arms are located, because that's going to determine how quickly you move and how hard it is to get those hips through those hands. So reach, and we are adding a kick now. Scoot back, chamber those knees in, and then extend. Do a nice push kick, just like you would if you're push kicking on the bag or the wall. Push kick as you move back. Your kick comes when your feet are in. So you move in and then bring the knee up and kick out. Extend the hips, a long reach with that foot. Practice going forwards and backwards. Now for a basic back scoot, we're going to be scooting backwards. The same side hand that you post, you should be on that butt cheek. Press your heels into the floor and scoot your butt away from your ankles. Try to flow from side to side, doing it on both sides. Now moving forward. So you're going to extend your legs out and then pull your butt towards your heels. Switching sides, pull your hips towards your heels. Forward scoots using the free hand to defend. Next, we're going to combine a break fall with a back scoot with a technical get up. So imagine that you are getting pushed to the ground. You're going to break that fall, tuck your chin and roll, and then you're going to cheat up to your elbow. Find a posted hand and sneak that back foot back into that tripod stance and end in your fight stance. So do a break fall, try to throw in a butt scoot, make more distance, getting up into your fight stance. Make sure you're stepping that back leg past the backhand, getting up, ready to fight. One is tracking around. You're going to lay on your back and keep one foot planted. Whatever direction you want to go is the foot that's going to be down, and it's going to pull you in that direction. This is in the scenario where there's someone in front of you. They're taunting you, they're threatening you. You can't get to your feet at the moment, but you are following them around. If they go one way, you follow. You keep them in front of you and don't let them get your legs or your hands. As they come towards you, you can begin coiling that knee and up kicking them to their face, in their crotch, in their kneecap, stopping them with a push kick, just like we practiced on the wall. Next, we're combining a break fall again, tracking a little bit, and then throwing a kick. So imagine you are pushed to the ground, they're moving to your side, you're tracking, you're following them, they're trying to juke you, you're following them, and when the time is right, you coil that knee in and you kick with all your might. Up kicking, aiming for the face, the nose, the crotch, the kneecap, the hip. Stop them in their tracks. Push kick them away. Switch feet. Practice tracking side to side. Practice kicking on either foot. Practice this a few times, and every time you end with a kick, sit up and get up with your technical stand-up. Next is a movement called shrimping. This is not a self-defense movement. Please don't try to shrimp your way out of an altercation. This is a specific movement for Jiu-Jitsu, which will help you once you start training, and I suggest you add it to your warm-up. Just get used to the movement, making that shape with your body like a shrimp. A good way to practice this is laying on one side, putting all the weight of your feet into the balls of your feet only, all the weight of your upper body on that same side shoulder blade, and make your hips light so that they can kind of swing through to shoulder height. Reach your hands down, kind of make an L with your body. Reset in the center, and you can try staying on one side only, and when you get better at it, you go to the other side, or you can swing from side to side. Don't be surprised if you shrimp to get your phone in bed. Now this move is a little bit trickier. This is a forward shrimp. Our legs are not crossing. We're reaching our right leg to the right side, and we're pulling our hips towards our ankle. You reach up far with that ankle and pull your body towards your foot. It is tricky. I threw it in here because it reminds me of having to slide under a car or a bed. So just imagine you're like needing to slide underneath something, and I feel this one would come in handy in a self-defense scenario. This last one will really help you when training Jiu-Jitsu, but it's also a good one for an escape when they're grabbing and pulling you by your wrist or by your hair from above you. And you can turn around and face them, or it's called recovering your guard in Jiu-Jitsu. The first thing you're gonna do are hip lifts. We're not crunching our neck. My neck is not getting any pressure on it, so make sure you keep that in mind. When you lift your hips off the ground, do not put pressure on your neck. Make it all of a core exercise, and you're gonna start to lift your hips up and reach towards the wall or the pole behind you. So you're gonna do a hip lift and a touch and roll down. Just do that a couple times until you feel comfortable and in control, and you can stay there without crunching your neck. The next step comes naturally. If you overthink it, it might become difficult, but pick a foot and step on the wall or step on the pole and just push off of it, and your body should naturally go in the direction that will unwind you and make you end up facing the pole or the wall. With that foot still connected to the wall or the pole, throw an up kick, and then we're going to practice getting up in a technical stand-up from there. So going through it one more time, imagining someone's grabbing your wrist, pulling you. That's the pole that I'm holding on to. I anchor myself to that pole. I touch one foot onto the pole and I anchor there as a point of contact. I flip around. I throw an up kick. Use the pole for the foot that's on the pole to elevate those hips when you throw that up kick. Standing up in a technical stand-up. And here it is in real time, just anchoring, turning around, elevating the hips, up kicking. You can go ahead and do a back scoot and then get up in your fight stance and get out of there. Thank you so much for watching. I think everyone can benefit for this, whether you're doing it just to stay mobile and limber or doing it for self-defense. You are winning. Practice, practice, practice.